Tiago. He's Luis. She's Isabel. She's Maria. She's Catalina, and she's Daniela.
Where we're coming. Our inspiration for our project came from the TED Talk Shut Up and Listen by Dr. Ernesto Cerulli. We will show you the clip, and after I will explain how it's related.
Everything I do, and everything I do professionally, my life has been shaped by 7 years of work as a young man in Africa. And every single project that we set up in Africa failed. And I was distraught. I thought, age 21, that we Italians were good people and we were to work in Africa. Instead, everything we touched killed. Our first project, the one that has inspired my first book, Ripples from the Zambezi, was a project where we Italians decided to teach Zambian people how to grow food. So we arrived there with Italian seeds in southern Zambia, in this absolutely magnificent valley, going down to the Zambezi River, and we taught the local people how to grow Italian tomatoes and zucchini. And of course, the local people had absolutely no interest in doing that, so we paid them to come and work, and sometimes they would show up. And we were amazed that the local people in such a fertile valley would not have any agriculture. And but instead of asking them how come they were not growing anything, we simply said, thank God we're here. Just in the nick of time to save the Zambian people from starvation. And of course, everything in Africa grew beautifully, and we had these magnificent tomatoes. In Italy, a tomato would grow to this size, in Zambia, to this size. And we could not believe. And we were telling the Zambians, look how easy agriculture is. When the tomatoes were nice and ripe and red, overnight, some 200 hippos came out from the river and they ate everything. And we said to the Zambians, my God, the hippos! And the Zambians said, yes, that's why we have no agriculture here. And why didn't you tell us? You never asked. I thought it was only us Italians blundering around Africa, but then I saw what the Americans were doing, what the English were doing, what the French were doing, and after seeing what they were doing, I became quite proud of our project in Zambia, because you see, at least we fed the hippos.
Okay. Dr. Cerulli was actually talking about business and communities, but he said, if you want to help someone, you can't tell them what to do. You have to listen to them so that you know what they need. We realized that we were telling people what to do and not listening, so we changed our philosophy. Now, Luis will explain more about our accomplishment.
Hi, I'm gonna talk to you about education statistics in the Dominican Republic. Does anybody know anything about the Dominican Republic?
It is in the Caribbean.
Yes, that's very good.
Beautiful beaches next to Haiti.
Yeah, that's good too. That's all true, but in reality, there's an issue with education in the Dominican Republic. Here's where it's located, in the Caribbean. And there's more than 1/3 of the population that lives in poverty. And we believe that education is the way out of that, like good education. That enrollment rates for the elementary students are very similar to the enrollment rates in the United States, which is good, but it's slightly lower. But when the kids are getting older, they start dropping out of school, and that's a really big issue because then you won't be able to graduate and have like more opportunities in life. Thank you.
now I will ask you some questions. How can education influence a person's life prospects? Can anyone tell me anything? A little? An easier question that just like that. It's how can education influence a person's life better? Is that more understandable?
They get more job opportunities or better job.
Yeah, that's good. Who else?
They learn how to live a healthier lifestyle.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, but also education can also lead to a great life and a great career. It makes you more conscious about what you do in your everyday life. The rest, you have already said it. But there's one more thing. You have, in order to have a good education, you need to be a hardworking person. And meaning you have to pay a lot of attention in school and even look for information yourself. O sea, the prospects differ depending on how much you want them to be there. So for the next question, how can we use our resources to help empower others with fewer resources? Can anyone answer me that question?
Helping to educate them.
Yes, that's close. Close.
Well, by giving them what you know best, like if you're very good at, for example, a guy in agriculture, you would help them with what they need. If they need agriculture, you're very good at speaking English, you would teach them English, or give them a seed of what you know so they can plant their own tree.
Yeah, exactly. You practically said it all already. For the next question, even though it's not here, how can education be made engaging and meaningful even with limited resources? This is the last question.
Well, the thing is to help them develop skills. And
Yeah.
those skills will include making the most out of what they have.
Yeah, that's very good. You?
Maybe things like young children to have fun activities and games that don't require, like, I don't know.
Yeah, I mean, just like that. I mean, you have to make it real. You have to attack real life solutions and finding real life problems. Now I will pass you to Yamil.
How we chose our project. We wanted a hands-on project that we could help and go like every week and really invest our time and our efforts into it. We had another phase to that project. There was an imperfect and perfect campaign that my friend Carolina will explain later on.
We tutor at the Hogar Escuela Armando Rosenberg. Does somebody know what an Hogar Escuela is?
I think it's like you go from Monday to Friday and you sit there, but on weekends you think that it's like a school, but you also sit there, but only on the weekdays.
Yeah, pretty much, yeah. So, like, it's a place where children with unstable home lives and orphans go there from Monday to Friday, like you said, and they study and sleep there, and they take care of them for the rest of the week. And on the weekends, their family members or parents take them home if they can afford it. So we tutor 6 hours a week, Wednesdays and Thursdays, in this hogar. Now my partner Isabel is going to tell you more about the program.
So what exactly do we do? When we first went to tutor at Hogar Escuela Armando Rosenberg, we realized that the students had different strengths and weaknesses. So we divided the group into 3 different levels: fine motor skills, handwriting, and reading. The group in the Fine Motor Skills Center had difficulty tracing basic shapes and holding the pencil, so we worked with them on improving those skills. The handwriting group had difficulty learning the alphabet and pronunciating, so we helped them learn the alphabet using movements, since little kids learn better when they use their body. And in reading, we practice on reading more fluently
and they keep writing simple words. Before each session, we make a lesson plan so we know kind of what we're going to do, but those lesson plans don't always work out because the children, maybe it's difficult for them or it's easier and we have to move on. And after each session, we evaluate the students' growth and take notes of any observations we may have. We really enjoy our program and we are learning how to be teachers as none of us have really a teaching experience since we are students just like you are. Now I'm going to pass you to Yamil, who's going to explain our activity.
So we're going to divide you into 3 groups. The 3 groups we use in tutoring: handwriting, fine motor skills, and reading.
Okay, so I want Gabby in this table, and then you in this table, you. And which one are you participating? Okay. So each person in charge of the activity will explain to you exactly what you're going to do.
So, what's the...
Hi, so you are the fine motor group.
We're gonna rotate, but this is the first.
Okay.
Do you have any idea of what
I'm going to give you the key so you can...
Yeah, you can follow like with your shapes and working with your heads.
Manualidades. It's like, so the fine motor.
Are these the kind of activity you take?
No, we are just the instructions are. These are. I want you to raise the hand you write. Or you.
It's like we create an
Okay, I want you to put that in you cannot hold this with that hand. You can only use the non-dominant hand. Okay? So you can use the other hand to hold the Play-Doh.
So
And get it out.
You get it out and
So you can get it out.
I'm going now.
Alright, so what we'll do is...
Okay, so I write with my right hand. Right. Right. So I'm going to hold the Play-Doh with this hand, and I'm going to hold the scissors with this one. And I'm going to cut little pieces of Play-Doh.
You have 30 seconds. What thumbs are not?
Let's start. Okay, so the person who has more little pieces of Play-Doh wins.
And try not to cut your fingers.
Try not to cut your fingers. Take your paper. Okay, take it out. The back of it. Yeah.
and right here.
Yeah. Okay. One, 2, 3. Stop. Hands up.
Count the amount.
And how many pieces?
Say, oh my god, I love this presentation, or this is so
How many do you have?
This is
So you want?
biggest big piece.
How many do you have?
21.
So second one.
Hold on, Sonia.
Okay, now we're going to explain how. Yeah.
This is like what we do. Like when you use your non-dominant, you can like get back to like when you were in pre-K and like start cutting again.
The fine skills group doesn't know how to cut the scissors, so we help them with cutting Play-Doh and it's easier for them.
Yeah, like holding the pencil because like they can't write They don't know how to hold it.
But how do you decide if a kid is going to motor skills?
We evaluated them and then we place them in handwriting.
Depending on the
And if a kid has like disadvantages in both groups, like in both
depending on what they need the most.
Exactly.
you decide.
And when they like
When they finish, when the find motor skills learn how to hold the pencil and cut they pass on to handwriting group and then the handwriting group
and we just have one kid like
No,
one of the
no.
groups.
And we in the
That we have two
Wednesday,
different groups.
yeah. On Wednesday we have only one kid, and then on Thursdays everyone is home.
Yeah. So that's how you but like on Wednesday it's
Okay, you can put the Play-Doh in the box.
yeah. And rotate to
And wait that everyone.
rotate to your right.
Okay, you're gonna go there. So you're gonna take the Play-Doh. Take your paper and write.
Yeah.
Oh, I thought they needed to
Grosero.
Okay, so yeah, you move to your right. So the fine motor group.
Do any of you have an idea what
using your hand for details.
Okay, so this is an activity we do the fine motor skill center since the kids don't know how to cut the scissors and this helps them learn. Okay, so the activity is I wanted to show me the handwriting. I wanted to start it, but you cannot hold the scissors with that hand. So you can hold the Play-Doh with the hand, but you cannot hold the
And
scissors.
you use it to hold the Play-Doh and all that.
Like using the symbol.
Like our complete
With
nation.
your non-dominant.
But
And not just the demonstration that we're going to do. So,
Cecilia.
I write with my right hand.
Exactly, no nicknames.
You can
Okay, so we use the symbol under our
So I'm going to hold it really this close, and I'm going to take my scissors, the left hand, and I'm going to cut the Play-Doh into little pieces in 30 seconds. And the person who has more little pieces,
And you have to write your name on the side.
wait for when I say go
Yeah, this is the kids. Try not to cut your finger.
And then here
Below we ready our
With your non-dominant hand, grab the scissors.
and with the dominant hand grab the Play-Doh.
And you have to try to cut as many pieces in 30 seconds.
And be careful with your fingers.
Yeah, be careful with your
Be
pen.
careful with your fingers.
I won't cut off my finger. I hope.
Wait, let's wait.
Oh, it's right on the number of the hand. Right on name of the number.
No?
Okay.
If I was one of your kids, I would pass.
Okay.
Are you done?
Hold the scissors. Okay. No, wait. 1, 2,
Yeah.
You know, my handwriting with the normal hand has got worse since computers came.
Are you done?
Come on, Tiago. Can I get from
There you stop. Hands up. Okay, now I want everyone to count the pieces they make. How many pieces?
you just give me some taste. They do it with that.
No, because there's people who don't know how to write and read. And like they're
How much do you got?
super behind.
But you'll teach them to write. Good. With that normal fixed just for us to do
This
text.
for is exactly.
She got a lot. You get an idea what they have to suffer through.
23.
And put the Play-Doh in the boxes. And now we're going to explain how
This is primer.
This makes you like go back when you were like in kindergarten, like learning how to cut and like drawing. The kids in the fine motor group, they're learning. So this is like gets you comfortable like learning how to do it. Because like if we just gave you the system to play, I mean you cut it with your right hand easily. So
guitar.
They are 5, the primers, in the whole training program they're 5 to 10 years old. But in the primary schools, they're the smallest ones, so they're 5 and 6.
like in the theory, it's people that the hogar told us they wanted us to do because there's 8 kids in the back.
In the but in the school, there's like
No,
a lot of them.
So these are the ones that need some special help.
Yeah. And they needed more, like they needed to engage with teachers that could help them because since there are a lot of students, they can't focus on one student.
So like in a classroom, it's like 30, 40 people.
You go 6 hours a day.
No,
Like
2.5.
So now you rotate to that group.
Yeah, they know what. So you can like
Gave a lecture in Bangkok and said that in school he asked kids to work with their dominant hero 4 days a week and 1 day a week. So you have to write everything with your undominant hand. Not only does that build up the hand, but there is brain.
So now what you do?
Wait, I want everyone to show me the hand they write with. Like, their dominant hand. I want you to put that in your bags. You cannot use that hand to hold the scissors, but you can use the hand to hold the Play-Doh. Okay. So hold the scissors with your non-dominant hand. So what you're going to do is I write with my right hand, so I'm going to hold the Play-Doh with my right hand, and I'm going to hold the scissors with my left hand. So I'm going to cut the Play-Doh and cut as many pieces as I can in 30 seconds. Okay, so when I say go, you start.
I would recommend you have more.
Thank you.
Yeah.
It's not okay, you have to record the play.
Is everyone ready?
¿Y dónde está la rápida?
Porque ya
I guess in a way, yeah.
like you start
¿Dónde está este?
that's just an exclamation mark. Yeah, like it's there like sand, like green and brown, and it just takes down letters.
I'm a George.
How are you moving that But you can have like greet and
God.
And after this, you have
Ready, stop, and stop. Okay, so I want now cut how many pieces you got. There's like 1, 2, there are like 10. Yeah, about 10. Thursday, 15.
On Thursday, we have six or seven. It depends because
How many?
you ready to start?
And you guys.
What is it? Wow, that's the most we've had.
Yeah. And you?
11.
11. So we obviously.
Put it in
Put it together and in the boxes, and now Daniel's going to explain to you why we do this activity.
We do this so you can learn how to cut again. Because like, if we get it to you and then you cut with your right hand, it will be easy. So we want you to feel like how they feel when we stir them. So like your hand motor group, they don't know how to hold the pencil or cut.
So if they don't know how to hold a pencil, how like will they write? So
You can stay here, or you can go where you're Está muy padre la actividad. Si te quejas de que está fea, no te Gracias, está más bonito.
We can go back to
So what you just did was each one of the stations we do with our kids when we tutor them, we made you use your left hand and the coding so you could feel like you were learning again, and so you felt like the kids in the lab. Now my friends will talk about who they work with.
Okay. This is Esther. She is very sweet. She's in 4th grade, and she cannot read, or sea, she can read, but she's not that good at it. She cannot write sentences of her own, and she can copy the words, but she cannot like write out a word if I dictate it to her. We're learning the sounds of the letters.
Okay, this is a 5-letter skills group, and they are learning how to hold a pencil and how to cut with their scissors, and also how to color inside the lines. This is Leo, Marciel, Daisy, and Mariela. They are the smallest kids in the smallest children in the tutoring program, but they surely are the loudest of them.
She's Prismatic. She has difficulties writing and reading, but she has improved on writing because it has made it easier for her dividing the words by syllables because she knows how to write short letters. And there, I'm reading to her a book, and she's like trying to read it and I'm helping her. How does the letter sounds of each word?
This is Maria Mercedes. She's 8 years old, and we are working on writing sentences in different lines because her issues are writing like very long sentences in lines because she would even adjust her writing size so it would all fit in one line. So we're working on that, and she's been getting very good at it.
This is Junior. He's in the reading group. He's 6 years old. And we've been working on the sounds of the letter because it's very difficult for him and how to make up sentences. Right.
This is Nayeli. She's in 4th grade, and we're working on trying to recognize the sounds of the letters because she can write them, but she cannot recognize them because she cannot differ like the B from the D or the P, and she's getting better at it.
So, where are we going? We're really enjoying this project, and we plan on expanding it to other schools so we can help more children and get more people involved. We believe education is the key to success, and that a better education is the foundation to a better society. This project has showed us that giving is better than receiving. And what better way to give than by giving our own knowledge to help someone be better off. Some of our goals are the short-term goals. We want to create a curriculum. We want to have an organized lesson plans so we know how we work with and the growth the students have had. we want to involve more students from our school and from other schools to get in this beautiful project since we really enjoy it. And we want to keep fundraising more money for resources for school supplies and for needs the Hogar Escuela may have. And we also, and the long-term goals are we want a sustainable project because we want this program to last and to keep growing. And we want the Hogar Escolar Armando Rosenberg to become tutors. We want to create a kind of domino effect. So we help our children, and then when they grow up, they can help another children, and so on, so on. And we want to expand to other schools like the Hogar Escolar Armando Rosenberg to help other children and to keep working on this beautiful project.
Yeah, in Perfect Company, we created this shirt so we could make a profit and use it for resources in our tutoring materials. So who here has been bullied at least once? Or seen someone bullying someone? Okay. I want you to imagine that you're at a store and you see a shirt, you like it, you buy it, and the next day you wear it to school, and everyone laughs at you, they bully you. It's horrible. Would you wear it again? No. But at first you did like the shirt. So I think this is because we are living in a world of fear. We are afraid that if we're not pretty enough, responsible enough, popular enough, or smart enough, we are not worthy of love. We compare ourselves with a mirror reflection of whom we think we should be, not with whom we really are, so we always come up short. Our idea of pretty is so short and narrow and is filled with rules and unreachable expectations. And our expectations of ourselves are so high that, obviously, when we're unable to reach them, we think something must be wrong with us. But how will any of us feel perfect if our idea of perfection is somewhere near a fantasy? We are afraid to speak our thoughts, to share our thoughts and to share ideas, like the shirt. We are afraid to wear it again because we don't want to be bullied again, even though we liked it. We, again, out of fear of being ridiculed or laughed at. We are here today to change that fear into courage. We need to realize that the world needs our talents, our passions, our empathy, and needs our enthusiasm. It needs our ideas, no matter how spontaneous or different they might be. Take us, for example. We are offering our talents and our passions to teach other children how to read and write. We are showing up, embracing our insecurities and our doubts, but we are showing up, and so are all of you. We need to realize that the world does not need us to be perfect. It needs us, our self-love selves, and our imperfect selves. Thank you.
Our shirts were designed by Isabel Peña. He was inspired by Pablo Picasso. Picasso was courageous. He was not afraid to draw imperfect faces. And he fight the status quo and the idea of perfect things. Thank you for your attention.
Any questions?
Oh, sorry. Also, we were selling the shirts, but we ran out of shirts. You can follow us in our social media, in our Instagram, and later on we'll give information of how we will be selling them. Great.
Thank you.
Any questions?
From what time to what time do you go? Like, is it after school? Or
Yeah.
After school.
2 days a week, till 6 o'clock.
Like 2.5 hours.
And when the kid surpasses a level of reading, then what do you do with the kid?
We want to expand our project, so we would like to teach them how to tutor other children so they can help us too.
And that will help sustainability, right?
Yeah. And also, these kids, depending like if they're a boy or a girl, they'll like if they're a boy, they'll go to another school. So like we are looking like to do a plan with that other school because like they leave the school after.
And what is?
Boys leave
Like
from
11?
when they're 10 years old because of pregnancy issues with the other girls.
Because like they live with the girls.
And the girls stay there until they're 18.
When they can get a job.
Any other questions?
Well, I want to congratulate you. That reflection was really, really good. Because it really went into the happiness that we must all have.
Thank you.
Any other questions?
Comments?
No. So
No.
thank you very much.
Thank you.
Thank you.